The time has come to talk about Fairy Tail, which is an anime that came out in 2009 and has been going on for very long. It has been released in several, you can say it's been released in several seasons. Some of them very long and some of them shorter, but as far as I know, the first one came out with 175 episodes, and that one is completed. But of course, the first season of Fairy Tail, that is like I just said, for 175 episodes, it is just one part of the manga. The manga did, of course, continue, and they eventually started to make more of Fairy Tail in animated versions. I am right now watching and almost finished watching Fairy Tail 2014, which is the continuation of the first season. But since the first season is completed, I am now ready to talk about it. It has been a while since I watched Fairy Tail, the first season, but with positive thoughts in my mind, I will now share with you guys my opinions about the first 175 episodes of Fairy Tail. So yeah, let's just begin by saying that I can fully understand that Fairy Tail is now one of the more popular shonen animes out there. It has succeeded to become on par with One Piece and Dragon Ball and Naruto and Bleach. Of course, I'm not an expert, but I still think that the biggest shows are still Naruto and One Piece. Of course, we know that Naruto is finished, so that one might be forgotten by someone, I don't know. Never by me, of course. One Piece is still considered by many to be the most popular show out there, and is still ongoing. Fairy Tail is, you know what, I am not sure if it's ongoing. I am honestly not sure about that. All I know is that, as mentioned, it has come out in several parts, and the first one, as mentioned, is this this first one. I'm really repeating myself now. Anyways, I can fully understand that Fairy Tail is a popular anime. It has many of the successful elements that shonen anime need. Like, for instance, you have a rather cool design on the characters. You can immediately, if you are like me, you can immediately find your preferred character you are rooting for, and it's a very clear art style. Maybe not the most original art style. I mean, like, there are many animes out there that have very similar looking characters, and shows like One Piece, Bleach, and also Naruto had more of I would say, original art style than I think that Fairy Tail has. But you do get used to it, and it's not that it's not bad. It's just it seems seemingly normal, but it still works when it comes to the art style. So I'm not gonna bash Fairy Tail for not having a perfect original art style. Anyways, let's move on. Because another important factor of Fairy Tail that makes it successful is that it has energy, and it has power, and it has a story that is exciting. It takes time to build up long shonen animes, but Fairy Tail certainly does that, and it might take, it can take 30 episodes, it can take 50 episodes, it can take even 100 episodes, but at some point I got really invested in the story, and before I knew it, I had completed all the 175 episodes. I can't remember when I did it. It's been some years since I did it, but I did it. So yeah. Anyways, The story is exciting. I like these guilds they have. I do like magic, even though we'll get into that later. With all this magic in Fairy Tail, there is not always. Well, to say it like this, it does make it easier to have battles, and it does make it easier, I think, for them to solve battles and to show off, to say it like that. So it's a more simple way of fighting. It's a more simple way of delivering action, and also it's a simpler way to come up with new tactics and stuff, in my opinion. When you have magic, since basically they can, if they wanted, if the writer wanted, he could just come up with any kind of magic. And yeah, well, that's how I feel about that. But still, it can be enjoyable to watch, and the energy level, combined with very awesome music at times, and a lot of energetic music, is really pumping me up. Which is why I also, fell in love with this genre of anime. So the story, but of course, it's not a masterpiece story. I'll say that. I know that, for instance, One Piece has a much better story, in my opinion. Fairy Tail is a more simple way of a driven story, even though it does come up on pair with, I would say, with for instance, Bleach and Naruto, because we all know that those two had great action, but the stories were not that amazing, as we all know that. One Piece is on another level there, I think, since that anime has this amazing world building, and Anyways, Fairy Tail does have a decent story, and it's easy. And though I do like complications in a story, I do like when they build the world bigger and stuff. I do think that Fairy Tail manages to do that at some points, and I am still excited to see a continuation of this story building. Which I've seen some parts of it in this 2014 version. I'll talk about that prequel anime later on. But the story is decent, and you do meet surprises in the story of Fairy Tail. You will find surprising elements, and there are several characters. There will be more as the story goes on, of course. And all this thing about mages and guilds and different powers and armors they wear, and I like it. I find it enjoyable. You have I can go to the character bit. You do have a main character. I mean, you do have several main characters. The four of them, as we know: Natsu, Lucy, Gray, and who was the last one? Did I mention Ersa? Yeah. Those are probably the four main characters, even though I will say that Fairy Tail might not be the most clear anime when it comes to, having this clear main character that you follow for the most part. Those four are equally distributed, even though they are a lot together during this story. They are about the same amount of episodes and scenes, I'd say, for these four main characters. And there are also other characters in the guild and other mages they will meet, good guys and bad guys, which are more or less side characters, of course. But my feel for Fairy Tail is that just like One Piece, actually, you know that Luffy is the main guy, but still, you do follow a lot of the other characters. So that's how Fairy Tail is, and that works. It does work. Though, of course, one thing about the characters in Fairy Tail, I do sometimes feel they are too simplistic and maybe too extroverted. One of the things that I enjoyed about other animes were the introverted thoughts they were describing sometimes, and also introverted personalities. But still, as mentioned, Fairy Tail is a very energetic anime, and it's well, I guess it's supposed to be a very extrovert and outgoing anime, that you don't need a lot of inner thoughts and all that to know the characters. They are straightforward, and for the most part I find them simple, but without spoiling anything, later on in the story you might find other sides of them that make them more fleshed out and deeper as characters. You have these small I like to call them comic relief, or just eye pillows, these small animal characters that are mingling with the main guys, with the humans or whatever, and they make you happy, pun intended, for those who know what that character is. And I do like many of the side characters. There are a lot of cool there are actually most of the coolest characters I find. That was a bad sentence. Most of the cool guys and the interesting guys in this anime are side characters that can be both good, on the good side and bad side, and they might be mages that you don't see that often. But when you do, they make an impression on me. Yeah, I have fond memories of them. So without saying, I can't really say that I in detail remember all of the parts in the story, but I do remember that I like the story, and there is a great ending to these 175 episodes. I really remember the last episodes were really interesting. There were, of course, some parts. I think I remember that Fairy Tail was a bit slow, maybe for almost the first 50 episodes or something. But if you've already seen, like Bleach and Naruto and One Piece, you might have the same opinion there. You just have to stick with it and believe that this will build up to something. There are many amazing there's a sound from my window. Just what the hell is that? Never mind. Yeah, there are many amazing fights. Not that remarkable as I can remember fights from Naruto. I always like to compare with the best one. But there are good fights. Fighting is of course an important element in an action anime like Fairy Tail, and I must say that I would have liked to see more depth and maybe a bit more tactical and smartly executed fights in an anime like this. They can be, the fights can be sometimes too simple, I think. That you feel like, oh yeah, of course, they just made the easy solution here. That is something I must say that I sometimes felt. Still enjoyable to watch, but when you get older and you have seen a lot of animes, you want more. You want more intellect, and you want more, logical solutions, not just overpowered super solution. So that is maybe one of the things that made Fairy Tail a bit. Well, that's a little critique there. Yeah. Let's continue on. The music, as mentioned, rather good. Several good soundtracks there. You can find them on YouTube. And I really must say that I like this. They have this mix of what's it called? Oh shit! Sorry, guys. There was something in the room. Yeah, I found out what it was. The mix of what can I say? You kind of get this Scottish feeling, this Scottish Shipping Up to Boston, for anyone that has listened to that song. They mix it with kind of opera and stuff like that. And yeah. And we also, well, the openings and endings can be so-so. Not gonna talk too much about them. But I'm not, I'm not a native English speaker, but I'm trying to describe the music as a, kind of like this Scottish guitar mix with some kind of opera sometimes, and they really nailed it. I think they really nailed it. And I'm sorry for every Scottish person listening to this. I'm not sure why I mixed you into this, but that's the feeling I kind of get from the music. Especially this Shipping Up to Boston song that, who knows, it might not have anything to do with Scotland. So let's not mess it up. Let's go onwards. Let's see here. The characters we mentioned were good, of course. Still would like to see some more depth forwards in the anime. The story really enjoyable to watch. Would like to see maybe even more world building and maybe a bit more complications and stuff like that. And of course there are some surprising elements and cliffhangers and stuff like that. I want even more of that. They should make it even better. They have something to work on there. And the music was really good. I hope they make even more variated soundtracks forward. So basically, overall, Fairy Tail has a lot of good on all the aspects. I forgot to mention the animation, of course. Well, the animation might be the thing that that stood out least in this anime. That's the most average thing about Fairy Tail, to be honest, the animation, which is basically mediocre. It's average. That's all I can say about the anime. The animation, it feels like any other decent. Let's just repeat it. The animation in Fairy Tail is just okay, and that might be the thing they can improve on the most. Yeah. So if you like shonen animes, you probably know a lot of them already. Hunter x Hunter, Naruto, Bleach, One Piece, so on. I'm pretty sure you can watch Fairy Tail as well. I must say that Fairy Tail it's a bit more for a younger audience. I kind of feel they are making it simpler, so maybe a younger audience will like it. I do miss some of the more mature elements that other animes have. So I can't say that I will give Fairy Tail a masterpiece score of 10 out of 10, but it's a very good and enjoyable anime that is between 8 of 10 and 9 of 10. I think I will have to put it on an 8 of 10, to be honest, even though I had it on 9 of 10 before, but now I have to go back. 8 of 10 also, that's the score it gets. You can watch it on the internet, of course, and what else can I say? It's definitely, I can definitely understand that Fairy Tail is a popular anime, as mentioned. But I do think that the more anime you watch, the more you will see that there are other animes that deliver better than Fairy Tail on some parts. Yeah. So that's what we're gonna say about this one. I will make an episode when I've completed Fairy Tail 2014, and that episode will maybe be in Norwegian. For those that have listened at this podcast for a while, you know that lately I'm trying to make it a bit more varied by speaking sometimes in English and sometimes in Norwegian. Kind of annoying for the English-speaking people, but this was originally, a Norwegian podcast, so that's how we're gonna do it. You are welcome to join me. Just text me on Facebook, or I'm gonna make this Discord channel with the same name as the podcast, Film, Spill og Anime. Yeah. So you're welcome to join. Just text me wherever on Facebook, or you can find this on YouTube also. You can search up my name on Facebook, text me on Messenger. Yeah, you're welcome to come and join me. We'll talk about anything that is related to movies, anime, of course, and games, or as I say in Norwegian, spill. Spill. Okay, see you.